All right, this is my audience. Today I'm going to persuade you guys why you should pick up an iPhone over a lousy Samsung. So, we got a quote by the GOAT Steve Jobs. He says, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." This is a very, very impactful quote by him. So, the reason I believe you should get an iPhone is because it will benefit you greatly in the end. And you should really trust me on this because I got an iPhone 12 myself. I had it for 2 years and it's still going strong. So, I strongly advise you to pick up an iPhone over any of these other phones because these phones, they won't last you in the long run. But an iPhone, it will definitely last you in the long run. So let's go over some of my main points. So first we're going to go over the benefits. The iPhone is easier to use, has better cybersecurity, and is faster and smoother than any other phone. Then we're going to go over and we're going to talk about their counterclaims and why they think the Samsung's better. We're going to debunk all that anyways. Then we're going to go over some solutions on what you can do to get yourself a nice iPhone. So let's start off with main point number one. We're going to talk about the benefits. According to Hindustan Times, the iPhone is much faster and smoother than the Samsung. The Samsung has a flagship of 4,584, while the iPhone has a flagship of 5,384. That means the iPhone is 14.86% faster than the Samsung. But let's also talk about the cybersecurity. The iPhone uses closed source coding, which is very hard for hackers to get into, while Samsung likes to use open source coding. Very easy for hackers to penetrate through. Now, let's talk about the iPhone is much easier and less complex to use. It's more straightforward than the Samsung. Wouldn't you want a phone that's much easier to use? All right, now let's go on to main point number two. We're gonna debunk these lousy arguments that Samsung people love to make. So they love to say, "Oh, we got more apps than iPhone," which is true. They have 3.55 apps because they got Google Play, while iPhone has 1.6 million apps from the App Store. I'm gonna be honest, this argument sucks. On both phones, we're only gonna use a couple apps, to be honest, and that's gonna be like, I don't know, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Those are on both apps, and you only have a certain amount of apps on your phone anyway, so it's like you're not gonna be using 3.55 million apps. You're only gonna be using like 20 or 30, and they're on both phones. All right, next up, battery life. They love to say, "Oh, we got more battery life than iPhone." This argument is not even true. It's not even true. The Samsung has 8 hours of battery life, the Samsung has 8 hours of battery life, and the iPhone has 10.5 hours of battery life. So that argument they made, it's not even true. And don't even get me started on the Samsung exploding. Come on, would you really want a phone that's like a bomb in your hand? I don't think so. But now let's go on to main point number three. I'm gonna give you guys some solutions on how you can get yourself a nice iPhone. So, the first solution is that you can trade and sell your iPhone or your Samsung. Let's say you got a Samsung right now. Trade that in, trade that piece of garbage in and get yourself an iPhone. And let's say you don't have a phone at all, You can get a free iPhone 13 from Verizon, right? If you sign up for their plans, you can get a free iPhone 13. That sounds amazing. That's a steal. And also with AT&T, we got the new iPhone 14. You can pick that up by trading in the iPhone 8 or other phones. iPhone 8 or up, and you can get yourself an iPhone 14. That's a steal. Come on. Anyways, so now I have told you guys that the iPhone has way more benefits than the Samsung. Let's go back to our main points. We talked about, I've shown you guys the benefits of the iPhone. I've destroyed their arguments against the iPhone. And I've also given you guys some solutions on how you can pick yourself a nice iPhone. But at the end of the day, the reason to remember is that you should always make good decisions that will benefit you in the end. I'll see you guys later.